What up, everybody? We back again working on the 350Z finally. Got a couple things we're gonna be throwing on. First thing being a big one, man. Finally got an angle kit for the car. It's just the GKtech one. It'll take the stock angle from like 31 or 35%, whatever it is, up to 65. I got the steering rack spacer as well, so we can utilize all that. Luckily, it's a no modifying system. It's the V3. Just to clarify, it's the GKtech V3 angle kit for the 350Z, but it requires no modification, so eventually someday we can upgrade it or whatever I decide to do. But hell yeah. The second thing is we got a new bumper, boys, and a lit. Shout out to the homie nicdrifts for the free bumper, hooking me up, man. We're gonna get this thing fixed up, get it on the car, and then hell yeah. But we've only got 13 days till the next drift event, so I don't know if I can get the cage in on the S13 before then or not. Might have to push the S13 off the lift to get this on and get this ready for the drift event. But hell yeah, man, let's get into this one. Alright, we're gonna get started with the bumper first, just because it's over here, it's easy, it's not on the lift, but I've got everything I need to do the bumper up how I was thinking about it. So let's see if we can make this thing look good. Also, was gonna say that about to order some headlights here in a day or two, and we're gonna be getting a new fender soon as well, so this thing's gonna be looking proper again, boys. The next episode will be the headlights and fender probably, but hell yeah, man. Let's get into this, start prepping this bumper. Hell yeah, we're gonna pull this lip off. Gotta get it all sanded up, looking good. We're gonna paint that. I'm gonna cut the grill out. I'm gonna take the blinkers off, even though they're tinted, they don't look bad, but I'm gonna take them off, and we're gonna put some mesh in there. I think that'll look sweet. So let's get into it. I haven't checked out the mesh yet, so let's check it out. It's just like a universal auto mesh from Amazon. It's not bad, but yeah, you can see those are really fine mesh. Like, yeah, I won't even focus on it because it's so small. I thought they were gonna be a little bit bigger than that, but like, yeah, just for scale, you know. But that kind of sucks. We might have enough to do the blinkers too if I cut the top of it. I don't know. This might be just enough. Who knows? We'll see. First things first, I'm going to take the lip off the bumper so I can sand it all properly and not have to worry about scratching up the paint that's on the bumper. And then once I get this all prepped and painted, well, ready for paint, then I'll drill the holes in, we'll get it mounted, and then I'll probably paint it on the bumper, I'm not sure yet, but we'll figure it out when we get there. But that's how we're going to tackle it for now. We're going to start with this lip. With my last bumper, if you guys have been following the channel, I cut the top just straight across. Man, I like that look, and it showed everything, but since this bumper was free, it came with a lip, I figured try something different, try a different look, so see if we can spruce this thing up, make it look nice. This is gonna take a while. This is the only thing I got to sand with, so catch back up to you guys when I make a little more progress on this. Alright, decided to pull out the Dremel. I haven't used it since I trimmed the last bumper, but yeah, I'm gonna try this little sanding wheel I got to just kind of smooth down all them rough, uneven spots and get most of that paint off there. And then should be good to paint it after that.
Alright guys, unless you don't give a fuck like me because it's just a drift car and this thing's probably going to get smashed, do not do this. You'll never get a proper sand. I was just being lazy. I didn't have the proper sanding equipment and I was just trying to knock that stuff off real quick to get this thing on the car before the event. So yeah, like I said, you'll never get a proper sand, so don't do this. It's not proper, boys.
Just for the record, you should probably have a respirator on when you do this shit, but I don't have one, so I'm just gonna make do with my shirt, I guess. Alright, let's see how good this works. Alright, after a shit ton of Dremel, shit ton of wheels,
Finally got through all the paint and primer on this thing. Just gonna sand it by hand now, get it ready for the bumper. Alright. I'm gonna have to finish priming this thing up tomorrow. I have to go get a rougher sandpaper. There's just some spots that I just went too deep with the Dremel, and I want to smooth it out as much as possible. So we'll get a heavier grit, and then we'll just work it down with finer grits, and then we'll get it ready to paint. In the meantime, I'm gonna take a look at this bumper real quick. Alright, so I'm thinking how I'm gonna cut it is along this line and leave this lip, so I can bolt the lip spoiler to this right there, pinch it down, and then we'll cut up along this line right here, all the way around, cut it out. So we'll cut there to there and then up. Alright, there's a 350 grill right there. Yeah, that opened it up, man. And we'll put that grill there. We'll clean all this up. We'll clean these up. And we'll mount the lip on top of this, so you know that won't even matter. But we'll clean all this up, make that look better. And then we'll pull these blinkers out and get that black grill in there with the black lip on, and I think that's gonna look sweet, man. Trying something different. Alright, so I went ahead, cleaned up the back of this, made it clean. What I'm going to do though is I'm going to clean all this dirt up, make it real clean, and then I'm going to scuff it a bit. So when I put the goop and apply that mesh, it has a little bit more surface to bite to. And then we can put the mesh on, paint the splitter, clean this bumper, and put it together. But it's late as shit already. I got to get up for work in the morning. I was up all night partying with the boys, so I got a late start in the day, but hell yeah, man, that's gonna come along. Hopefully we can start welding the cage in on the S13 this week. If not, I have to push it off the lift this weekend and get the Z on, because like I said, I've got 13 days to get the Z ready for the next drift event. So if we can't get this thing cage welded in time, we'll be pushing this off and pushing it back on. But I've got all the sound deadening out, so we're ready to weld in, and so hell yeah, boys, everything's coming along. Check out them episodes. What up, everybody? Next day we back down here, went to the store, got some stuff that we needed, got some pretty abrasive sandpapers, one real gritty, one kind of gritty, and then we'll just taper it down off the kit that I got, get that nice and smooth. Again, it doesn't have to be perfect because it's a drift lip, but we'll get it looking as good as possible. Got me some masks. So my snot was straight black yesterday, and picked me up a nut and bolt kit so we can bolt the lip to the bumper. But hell yeah, boys, let's get into today. I think we're gonna start with the bumper. Let's put the mesh on, let that dry overnight, and then we'll start sanding. Hell yeah. Luckily all my shit's down here because I'm moving, so I just grabbed the blanket to lay that on and keep the paint good. Last night before I was done, I put that screen in between these two tables over here. Try and flatten it out, see if it stays straight, see if it worked. She's still bending. Shit. Alright. And I'll fold these edges down. We'll got it about right there. That'll give us enough for these, hopefully, and cover that up. I am going to cut this, but before we do that, I'm gonna clean all this up, and I'm gonna hit it with the Dremel just to kind of create a little abrasion, just so it has something to grab to a little better. Got a little brake cleaner and a rag. Boom. Clean. I'm just gonna take this wheel, kind of hash it up a little bit, and then we will chop the screen with these dikes. Alright. Doesn't have to be good, it's just roughed it up a little bit, you know, so that goop can get down in there and kind of bond to the surface. It's really just kind of my thinking with that. Yeah, that's sitting pretty good. I'm gonna see if I can't pinch this lip a little bit more, and then we'll throw some goop on there. Unfortunately, it isn't really going through the vents like I thought it would, so future note, next time I do this, I'm gonna do it on the surface, lay it on there, and then do another coat, but hopefully that'll work. And then I'll touch it up later with some other spots. Shit's hard to work with. What's up, dog?
What's up, dog?
Hell yeah. Let that cure. Start sanding this. Freaking Nick's down here. He's gonna help me. Got me some free labor today, baby.
Oh, what you need is a mask.
Oh, I did get masks.
That's what you need.
Yeah, dude, my snot black as shit yesterday.
I bet.
Oh, yeah. Ah, there we go. It's not perfect. It does have a few imperfections, but I think it'll look pretty good. Thanks, bro. You gonna look alright? Might be a little rough up close, but who cares?
Ain't nobody looking at a Z up close.
I know, right? Fucking ugh. Thanks, brother. Try and get this as clean as possible before we paint it. A lot of dust and shit. And then I'll probably hit it with some brake cleaner or something before I paint it, just to make sure I get all the fine dust off of it. I'm gonna throw a little bit more goop just on these edges, and then we'll let that sit overnight. Alright, I filled in a little bit more. I'm gonna let that cure overnight, and then in the morning after work I'll come back down, we'll check it, fill all the rest of it in, and then we'll maybe do the blinker sides if I got enough mesh left. If not, we'll just leave them open because I don't mind it anyways. I wanted the blinkers out for the airflow for my intakes and stuff anyway, so it's not a big deal. But the grill's on, and we left enough room for that lip to slide in, and I left this bottom one on so we could bolt the lip to it, so I think it's gonna work out pretty good. Might not look as good as I was hoping, but thanks for your help, brother. Hell yeah. Look at this fucking guy. How's that quick shifter doing?
It's beautiful.
Yeah?
Yeah.
He's ripping wheelies now.
Getting
That
reckless,
fancy
is ya?
shit. Yeah, he did get a reckless. That sucks.
It is.
I've had a couple myself.
You said it was good, really?
Hell yeah?
You just kept going and going and going.
Said it was good, but he was still a hater, huh?
Yeah. The other guy let me go and rolled the other off.
Yeah, it was that other dickbag, the stereotype.
Yep, that's right.
Bald-headed fucking cocksucker. Oh, I bet that's nice.
It's nice and smooth.
I bet. Maybe someday I'll be cool enough to get one. Alright. Cleaned up the Mustang today, took it for a cruise, man. Hopefully we can make some content with this thing again soon, but let's get back into it. My brother's letting me use his drill today, so we're gonna knock some holes in this thing and finish the grilling. Yeah, I'm thinking we're gonna cut these off, lay that other mesh. That's holding, so we'll get that out, finish that, paint the lip, get it mounted, but check that out. Doesn't look too bad, man. So instead of painting the bolts black, I thought it'd be sweet to put these gold ones on. That'd be a little pop to it, but hell yeah. Did a little bit more sanding on this lip, so I'm gonna clean it up and then let's get the paint. Alright, so I don't have the biggest box, so we'll just have to hit it side by side, but doesn't look too bad. It's just some plastic, like trim for bumpers and trim, so hopefully, I didn't know how that would actually look. It'd be kind of fadey, but it's not too bad. In the meantime, while that's drying, I'm gonna start cleaning this thing up. It's filthy. God damn. It was just sitting in the homie's yard for like a year, months, whatever he said. Appreciate you, Doc. There we go. That's much better. It's a little tore up, but I mean, can't complain for a free bumper. Paint's drying. I'm gonna cut these little sheets up the sides to fit these. I think I'm gonna leave these on and maybe rest them on there. Maybe that'll work pretty good. I'm gonna try that. I'm gonna use this Dremel to cut these because that worked pretty good. Alright, those are sitting perfect in there. Hell yeah. I'm just gonna goop them up. Oh, I'm gonna bend them into place and goop them up. Alright, got them all folded up. Now I've done this. Kind of learned when I did the front of this, so I'm a little bit more confident on these ones. But, I mean, it turned out pretty good, so. There we go. Alright, we'll let that cure for a minute, and then we'll do the other side. Alright, while we let that goop dry, get back to painting. Alright, well that's drying over there. I believe this is good enough that's done running, so let's scoop this side now. Alright, I think we got it on there pretty good. So, just gotta let those dry. Well, I got it though. I'm gonna touch up a couple spots. Alright, so like I was saying, up close, you know, it doesn't look good. I didn't do the greatest job sanding it. But I didn't really care because it's on a drift car. It doesn't have to be perfect. From a distance, it looks good. That's all I wanted because, I mean, it's probably going to get destroyed eventually anyway, so, like my last bumper. But, unfortunately, didn't really realize when I was doing this. Should have finished this the other day. This is my bad. Sorry, guys. But, I want that shit to cure for the full 24 hours so it's stiff. So when I'm trying to fit this on, I don't pop one off and have to redo the process because I used all the goop. Because this tin shit was not the easiest to work with. Next time I will go with the KBD mesh, but just kind of balling on a budget at the moment, so we just ordered this shit off Amazon for like $12. It's kind of a bitch, and the vent hole's way smaller than I thought or would have liked, but I think it looks good. So yeah, we're gonna let this cure. We're gonna finish painting that. I'm probably good. I've thrown I think 2-3 layers on it now. We're gonna flip it over, paint the bottom when it dries, just like a layer or two, and then we'll let that sit overnight. And after I get off work tomorrow, we'll finish the bumper and we'll start freaking moving this shit out and getting the Z on the lift. I'm out of time to get the cage in, so the drift event's next weekend. I gotta get this on, get the angle kit on, and try to get it aligned in time. And then after the event, we're gonna push that back on, get the cage in. And then, yeah, I'll get the new headlights ordered for this, new fender ordered for this, and then hopefully we can start working on this. Got too many projects. Need to get a clutch in that. Oh, man. Good old Stang, though. She never lets me down. I also forgot to mention that tomorrow we'll have to pull the front bumper off. The old one, take the bumper supports off, and drill them into the new one before we can put it on. But oh yeah, man. Also, when we fit it, I still gotta get a new bash bar because this one's still crushed in, got crushed in from the wreck. So I gotta get a new bash bar and drill this out, but I'm gonna reuse this tow hook. So depending on where the grill ends, I'm gonna see if I can cut this through the mesh or through the bumper. Hopefully it's through the bumper. I think that would just look better, but yeah. All right, boys. I'll see you guys tomorrow. It's a good day, huh, Paul? Oh yeah. F1 fit. All right, let's finish this bumper. Worked pretty good, man. These things are pretty solid. Hell yeah. Yeah, it turned out pretty good. Fortunately, the holes are so small you can't really see it, but Got a light on it. Yeah, man, not bad. Hell yeah. Let's get that lip on it, drill these holes. Hell yeah, that looks good. Real good. I'm super hyped on that. Alright, now I'm trying to figure out, I'm gonna do a bolt here on each side, but I'm trying to figure out if I want to do one here on each side or just do a single one right there in the center. Shit. So I think we'll just leave those two bolts on the side. I'm happy with that. It looks good. All right, let's pull the old front bumper off so we can pull these quick releases and bolt them into the new one. Stay tuned for the next episode because we're finally gonna fix all the crash damage. But yeah, let's get this bumper done though so we can get onto the angle kit. All right. Hell yeah. What do you guys think of that? Not freaking bad, huh? Hell yeah, boys. I think that looks pretty fucking good. Shoo! It's not on yet, I just threw it up there. They kind of just line it up, mark it up, see what it looks like, but yeah, let's check this thing out. Alright, so Nick Drift, being the homie that he is, gave me the bumper for free, but he had one stipulation to the deal, and that was that I have the bumper ready and on the car by ISS, which is the next Drift event. And you know I'm a man of my word, so here it is, man. It's looking pretty good. Hell yeah. I like that. I wanted to check and see, man, I was afraid it'd be behind the grill. I was hoping it'd be over here and I could just cut it out, but yeah, that sucks. We'll have to figure something out for that. But yeah, man, that's freaking tight. Alright, so unfortunately, that's about all I can do right now because I'm going to need help moving the S13 off the lift. Because, as you can see, I don't have any seats or even a steering wheel in. I'm going to hook my steering wheel up and kind of sit in there and try to drive it out. But I'm just going to back it up straight and hopefully I can pull a car around it and get the Z up on the lift. And then after we get the angle kit on, we'll put this back up and get it weld the cage in. Stay tuned for that. But yeah, so unfortunately, I gotta wait for somebody to come help me do that. So either tonight or first thing in the morning, we'll get that knocked out. Drift fence this weekend, so next weekend. So I got tomorrow and the rest of the week to get it done. Cut it close, boy. All right, good morning, everybody. It's the next morning. Getting back into it. I slept like shit, but it's alright. We're gonna get this done. Pops got back into town yesterday, so he's gonna help me out. Get this thing off the lift. I'm gonna move these cars out so we can get the Z up. Only thing is, I hope I left my key for this one in here, cause okay, sweet. That's the only key I couldn't find, but luckily I left it in the car, so we're good. But yeah, let's get to moving these cars. Unfortunately, we had a water main or whatever bust outside the fucking door. So I've been dealing with this like fucking couple weeks now, but ever since I got back from Texas, it just makes it a little bit rougher to try and back up out of the bay. Not too bad, not too big of a deal, but let's start pulling these things out so we can get this Z on the lift, get this angle kit on. It's not going to be too big of a deal. The GK kit's pretty easy, but I just got to get it aligned, try and get it aligned before the drift event, so yeah. don't know if this one's gonna start. I did put a new battery in it a couple years ago, but when we played in it in the wet parking lot a couple months ago, I forgot to put it back on the tender. Sounds like it's got power, but I guess we'll see. Hell yeah, boys. Good old 40s. All right, cars are out. Truck needs a bath, goddammit. But yeah, now we just gotta get the other S13 off the lift. I'll go get my pops, help me out with that. Then we'll get the Z on there, we'll get this angle kit on, and then try and get it freaking aligned before the drift event. Oh, my neglected lewd. Somebody put a clutch in it for me for free. What's up, Boss? Let's get this thing out of here. Pops wants to get a milk crate to sit on. His foot's fucked, so he's gonna sit in here. I'm gonna push. It kind of sucks because I want to ride in here and see what it was gonna be like, but whatever. Yeah, just make sure you're not pinching any of these lines or anything.
Push hard so you don't hit the bump and stop. You will slop.
Yeah, I figured it would. How's it work out?
Thank God she's stripped out.
It's a lot lighter than it would have been. Thanks, Pops. Appreciate you, dog. Yeah. All right. Fucking door handles don't work. Z things. All right, let's get this angle kit on, boys. We've got the GKtech V3 kit, which is a really easy install. Doesn't take any modification, basically just removing the tie rods, replacing with this kit. It'll take me from about 35 degrees of angle to about 60 to 65. I did get the power steering spacers to see if I can extend it a little bit more, but I had to pick up some Loctite as well because I'm gonna need that. But yeah, let's get into this. Shouldn't be too big of a deal. Pretty nice hardware. GKtech, their stuff's pretty cheap, but it's really good quality, man. I like it. Eventually, though, we'll upgrade to a full angle kit on this thing someday. So with this lift, it's got the side pieces, but the Z's front jack points right there in the front. So I just slide a block there onto the lift. That's how I usually lift up the front. But hell yeah, let's pop these wheels off. Fucking monster trucking. Next episode, though, we'll take care of all this crash damage, get this all fixed up. Alright, give me a chance to check out my brakes too on here. Oh yeah, we're still good. Sucker right here, the tie rod. Pop this out and that out. Bolt the new setup on. Pretty simple. Well, unfortunately, those are blowing out. This side's already blown out. So, I'm gonna have to fix that in the near future. That fucking sucks. But, not a big deal. Need to pull the pin on top of here, pull that pin out, get that nut, loosen that, spin this up, put the new one on. Then thread them up with, make sure the wheel's straight as you can, eyeballing it, and that'll get you to your alignment to get it dialed in. That's what full lock looks like on the stock. So, but yeah, that shit is weak, terrible. Took 3 guys to get that stupid pin out. Jesus. Yeah. Calm
Yeah, spin it out. Yeah, that one's going in the other car.
Oh, and that one, that's
Yep.
why you got it all gutted.
Yep.
Yep.
Otherwise, I'd give you a ride now, and that one's a fucking monster, bro.
You like that one better?
Oh, yeah. Those are my dream cars. That's why I got two of them. One for baby and one for destroying.
And what are they?
S13s.
S13.
240 SX. Alright. Decided to not change the acronym. I'm just going to leave it how it is. Try that first, but I got to Loctite up these bolts real quick. Got the boys down here helping me today. Hell yeah. Checking out the shop. So we're having issues with nothing lining up, and mine seems slightly different than the one in the video, which I don't understand because the kit's made specifically for this car. Everything I bought in from them just bolts right in, but right here is where we're having our issue. And then on this side, this bolt's fucking free spinning. It's fucked. It's fucking annoying, man. God damn it. So, trying to figure it out. The other problem we're having is this does not move up or down at fucking all, which it should. So, it's making it fucking even worse. Alright, we've gotten to where we can get those bolts in. You can get the bolts in, but then this can't line up. But if you put this on, then the bolts don't line up with that. It's fucking... some of the stupidest shit I think I've ever seen.
So now we need to try to see if we can knock this up and get it to rotate on this fucking ball. And I don't know if there's a trick to that, but it is almost straight, but it needs to go up just a little bit.
You know, if you beat it with the hammer 10 times, it'll move a little bit.
I guess so.
Got way some more.
We're gonna leave that loose until we get this side done. The wheels on, then we'll eyeball them straight as I can to get me into spec to get two in alignment. But now we gotta figure out how we're gonna get that tie rod off. Because this fucking bolt's just free spinning and I don't know why. Looks like got this side pretty good though. Not quite to the stop. That's tight. It's already a shit ton more. Oh shit. That's that side versus full lock on this side versus the other side. That's an insane difference. Was able to get that one off, cut the boot, put a vice grip on there. Was able to get it. Hell yeah.
Okay, where's that other bracket right there?
Yep.
Yep,
Yep. Grabbed it for you.
I just fucking stuck the vice grips up there.
Hell yeah, man. Fucking thanks for your help today, boys. Hell yeah. Working in the shop with the boys. So the problem with the kit that we got, with mine for some reason, this is bottom bolt right there. Aren't gonna be able to put the carding pin back in it, but that's alright. He's tight. Got those on, now I'm just gonna torque these bolts to spec and throw the wheels on, and we'll try to eyeball them as straight as we can. These two bolts, torque spec is 48.
Bottom one right there is 62.
I just set the steering wheel straight. They're both pointed outwards a little bit, so now it's time we're gonna align them, try to get as straight as we can. Alright, got them looking pretty straight. Just gonna slap these tires back on. Torque these wheels.
I don't know if I can get these luggage.
Dude, I freaking hate these wheels, bro. I was gonna sell them, but my buddy Crew tore them up at one of the drift events.
Need
So
a fucking socket.
they look pretty good though.
What size is it?
We'll get these tires on and we'll go give it a little test. Alright, they're on. They're not completely straight. They're a little bit, but it's alright. We'll give it a little bit more adjustment. Unfortunately, I don't have a GoPro charged and ready, so hopefully this works. The camera's just on the tripod, but big steering difference already. That's pretty sweet. This angle kit's supposed to speed up your steering reaction time too, so that's pretty tits. We're just gonna try one quick spin, see what it does. Hell yeah. Oh, dude, a big difference. It's a little bit harder to drive now because the grip's different on the steering with the angle, but I'll figure it out. Hell yeah.
That's badass, bro. Thanks.
We did it. She rips. Tie rods didn't snap, we're safe. It's a little bit different to drive now with the extra angle. Steering's faster. Oh shit, my truck keys are in here. Alright, we're good. Thanks, bro. Thanks for your help today, boss. Wouldn't have been able to do it without you, man. Alright, what's up, guys? It's the next day. I'm gonna throw the Z back onto the lift and we're gonna redo those tie rods. We're gonna screw them all the way up and then screw them back down to make sure that we have 15 millimeters each on them so we don't have to risk them breaking. So I'm a little worried about that. And I talked to a couple drift alignment guys. The local guy who takes care of all the local drifters, he's going to Atlanta for FD because FD's this weekend, so he's not going to be at the event. He's not going to be able to help me dial it in. I called another place called CDEP. They're actually at the racetrack. He's going to be gone because Mother's Day is this weekend, but he gave me a lot of good information. So with the GKtech, the V3 kit that I have, it's just the tie rods really for extra angle. He said you can't really do much with that. I have to get the lower control arms before I can get some camber and everything. Yeah, the other thing that he told me, which is really awesome, that I like to know, because when I was, if you guys remember, when I was just drifting it, when I got done drifting, give my boy Troy a ride, I said it's more grippy in the front, it's harder to steer. It feels different. He said, the guy at CDEP said it's going to be like that until I get the lower control arms. I can really dial it in. So it's going to fight me a little bit, but ain't nothing I can't handle, man. I can't wait to go drive with the boys this weekend. Got 4 days to the event, so I'm gonna go throw the Z on the lift, and we're gonna make some dinner. Either tomorrow night or Wednesday night, we will knock this shit out and get the Z done. And ready for the event, baby. Let's go move some cars. Let's get to moving these babies. Cars moved. Z's going up. Let me show you guys what I was talking about now that I'm gonna show you. So these arms right here, we're gonna spin it all the way up as far as we can and then redo them to make sure that we have 15 millimeters on each side. Also have these longer ones if needed. So that's what we're gonna redo. Also, this ball needs to be level, but it's not. That one's good. So yeah, I got a little bit to do. We'll get that done before the drift event this weekend though. We'll be out slaying again, baby. Also need to do the fluids in this soon. Hopefully my summit order gets delivered before the event so I can flush all the fluids. Alright, so there's a lot more thread on this than what we thought, which is what I thought, because they were pretty much closing, touching without this. We wanted to double check, because tie rods snap pretty easy on drift cars, so just wanted to make sure that's solid. So we'll probably keep the lower arm. I just need to do the best that I can at getting this aligned, get that dialed in, and I didn't throw the spacer rack in. I'll throw that in after the event, before I go get it aligned and all dialed. So that'll the
steering angle spacer just gives me a little bit more angle, a little bit more quick response steering. It's not the biggest deal. I can get that in on a later date. I'm trying to make this event. I'll give you guys a little before and after quick shot of the angle. That's a massive improvement. We are hitting the bump stops too, which is fine. I'm actually happy we can get that much. So, hell yeah. Like I said though, I need to throw the rack spacer in. We'll do that another day after the event when I get it all dialed in. So we got this side dialed in. We're pretty happy with that, but this side, we do not have 15 millimeters of thread on this. So we are gonna throw the longer ones on just to make sure we get that. We were kind of in a rush because our buddy was here the other day. And so we were just kind of bullshitting and getting that done quick so I could give him a ride. But we'll probably take this side back off. We'll put them on proper, man, and we'll get these long ones on. Then we'll get them straight, and we'll go send it. We're gonna go make some dinner. I'm fucking tired, so as soon as I get out of work tomorrow, we'll come back down here and we'll get it done. All right, let's get this Z finished, baby. Sold my keys, couldn't do it right. Me and my pops were just looking at this. We came up with something we're gonna try first before we get into it, but we can spin this, and from the pictures I've seen on the inner tie rod, it looks like it just sits in there with a little shaft and that has a ball on it so it can rotate. So I don't think we're gonna unhook it by spinning it. So we're gonna see if we can turn this and get the threads in and then lock it down, and if that works then we'll be fucking solid. Also, the local alignment guy, Hayden, the local hero, he sent me another message this morning saying that I'll have to get toe plates to set up the toe, and like he said yesterday also, and CDEP both told me I need the lower control arms to set the camber proper. So got a couple more things we can get in before we can really dial this sucker in, but it's gonna be good, man. Finally got some angle, boys. Pop says he's got it figured out. We're looking good down there, so we're not gonna have to take them back off or switch the rods, so that's sweet. All right, we got the fucked up side fixed, way better. Pops is happy with it, I'm happy with it. Then we're gonna do the side that we were already happy with. We're gonna try to get that a little bit better, and then we'll be solid, man. Unfortunately, I'd like to be down there and see what's going on and help work on it, but I don't have a wheel lock, and the 350Z wheel lock, you have to turn the wheel to get it to lock, and I really don't want to mess up my steering alignment, so just keeping this wheel straight while he does it. Yeah, that's much better. Oh, fuck yeah. That's a lot better. Yeah. Hell yeah. We got the thread count now. We got enough threadage in there to make them strong enough not to bend and break over little bumps. Those are straight. Fucking tits, bro. But hell yeah, man. They're looking pretty straight. Now I'm gonna drop them down, see how they sit on the suspension. Yeah, it looks like it pulled them in a little bit. See, there's a slight camber, but the toe doesn't look bad. This one, not as much camber, but the toe doesn't look bad. So this one's pretty much straight. This one does have a little bit of camber into it, it looks like. Slightly. Fuck yeah, Pops. Thanks, brother. Fucking, so these, I just wanted to add in, we're not throwing the longer ones on. But the homie Hayden texted me and said if you're going to run the longer ones, you do have to trim them just a little bit to get them to fit. But since we're not using them, we're good. Just for you guys' information. We're going to try and fix that. Yeah, this one's toed out actually. Wasn't cambered, just on the toe. Alright. Okay, we're just going to do it the old school way. Some 2x4s, some measuring tape, and either some cardboard or sheets of aluminum. Try to knock this toe out, get her solid. It's freaking tight. My pop's down here helping me. He's helped me with a couple of these projects on this car, like the rear subframe bushing. That thing right there was such a cunt. I bought the tool to do it and everything, and even getting it out, pushing it out, ripped the threads off the tool. And fuck, it was such a bitch, but he helped me get that one done, dude. I would not have been able to do that without him. Thanks, Pops. I appreciate you, dog. I don't know if I ever stated this in the first build episode, but when I was putting on the Mishimoto oil cooler, the hoses that they sent me were like 3 feet too fucking long. So I went up to the House of Hose in Ogden, and they cut these suckers, and was able to put the Mishimoto fittings back on, which is tight. But yeah, man, as soon as my pops gets back down here, we'll knock this sucker out. And we'll go test drive this sucker and see if she's a little bit better than the other day, which I'm sure she'll be much better. So, hell yeah. Hopefully we can get that front end to stop fighting me a lot and maybe make it minimal. So the drift event will be great. I mean, it wasn't too bad. It was just grippy, and also having the faster steering and more angle, I was probably just more tire turn than I thought at certain spots, which made it grip more. I don't know.
Love that band.
It's gonna take me a few laps to figure it out, but we'll get it.
Believe it or not.
Use these, mark them, so we can measure up the marks.
Probably just try to get some off of each side.
Yeah, just, yeah, straighten them
A
out.
1/4 inch off this side and a 1/4 inch off this side.
Okay. So we measured from there to there on both sides, and we're about a 1/2 inch toe out. So now that we know that, we can try to pull them in. You can see this one's out a little bit from that bar, but it's mostly from this tire. Yeah, you can see the big difference just by looking at it. Yeah, that wheel's, yeah, I was gonna say, that one looks really good. That wheel's perfect. This one, you said a 1/3 of an inch?
3/4.
3/4, yeah, fucking Christ. So you're really only 3/8 off with it though, because when you turn the front, it's also gonna turn in the rear, so if that makes sense. Turn the front, you gain the rear, so about 3/4 and we should be good. You said you think we're off by less than a 1/4 inch, is what you said? On this one? Well, that's pretty much fucking money, boys. Might not even need an alignment.
They look good?
Yeah. Let it be known. This man's new nickname is Money. It's everything he fucking touches is money. Let's go test drive it and see how it feels.
They look straight up, bro.
Yeah, they look damn good. Yeah, you killed it, bro. I'm gonna turn these wheels real quick, get a shot of the angle. Boys, that's so much fucking better. God dang. Shit. The steering wheel already feels better though from last time, like grip wise and steering. See, I told you the wheel got crooked on that last one, but it was like that.
Can you just...
I can. Yeah, I'm gonna have to undo all this shit and move it, but
don't worry
the problem with doing that is it's gonna mean my shit's completely fucked and it'll have to be fixed later.
Don't do that. Just let it go straight.
It'll ride. It drives straight. It's just the wheel's crooked. That's the only problem. Is the wheel's sitting like that, driving straight. Just the wheel's crooked. Which I don't know why. It was fine until that last adjustment that you did, and when you tightened it, I told you it was still pressing on the wheel. I don't know why it was doing that. It's probably because we didn't have any cardboard or anything underneath it for the wheels to actually slide on, so it was probably just binding
Do a big
itself.
circle right there.
Over
See?
here?
Not, don't burn it.
Oh, I get what you're saying.
Okay, that's pretty tight.
Yeah, you gotta love it.
That's pretty tight.
Yeah. Dude, that's the one awesome thing about angle kits is, dude, it makes your turning radius so crazy. When you have the 90-degree angle kits, you can turn on a fucking dime.
Well, I don't think it's
No, it's
more or less going the other way, even though your wheels.
it's just a little crooked. It's not a big deal. I can fix that. Hell yeah. See you boys at the drift event, baby. Alright, dude. That felt much fucking better than the test drive the other day. Car's driving straight. Everything's good except for the steering wheel, which I can fix that. Not a big deal. We'll get that all taken care of later. I just need to make sure this thing's ready. Put the car back on the lift. Hopefully my freaking oil and stuff gets here from Summit before Friday and I can get all new fluids in there before the event. But yeah, man. We got ourselves a swanger now, baby. She turns, bro. She got an angle. Holy shit. I do not know how I've been driving the way I have been with fucking 30% angle, man. It's insane. Everything's tightened. Everything's good to go, man. The only shitty part about the whole thing is, for some reason, on the GKtech install video, they didn't have a lower control arm on this one. Mine did, so that created a whole issue of trying to put this thing in, and then now I can't put that fucking thread pin in there, which sucks.
but hopefully it'll be alright. Oil's still clean and purple, so I'm not too worried about it. I just like to freaking change it every 4 to 5 drift events, but if it doesn't show up, it's not a big deal. Everything's good in there. Oil's still good. Everything's leveled right, so either way, we'll be shredding. Been bending this up. Guess we'll see how the bumper sits. It's a little bit better. Satisfying. Clean cuts. Ain't looking too fucking bad. Once I get the new headlights in and the headlight tint on, replace the fender, this thing's gonna be looking fucking tits, boys. Looking mint. Look at that. Not bad. That is gonna be one of the things with my bumpers. I've gutted everything off this fucker that you can, so there's nothing for the bottom mounts too. But that's fine, because you want your bumper to move around a bit so it doesn't shatter and fall off every time you fucking tap something. So that's gonna be alright. Alright, what's up everybody? I'm gonna leave the steering wheel how it is, a little bit crooked until after the event, and then I will go and get it properly aligned. But it's so good right now, I don't really want to mess with the tie rods again. Sorry, my arm fell off the chair. I don't really want to mess with the tie rods again because, you know, we got it so dialed, it's so nice. I mean, we probably could do it, but I'm pretty much calling that good until after the event. We'll get it properly aligned. Tomorrow I'm gonna go down there and mount up that bumper a little bit better, and yeah, that'll probably be it. We'll be loading it in the trailer because it's already Tuesday. I'm gonna load it up Thursday, so hell yeah, man. Fucking pop sold the Can-Am. Went back to a Razor. Not bad though.
Be hit at a certain speed for it to ignite. This was a pistol. This was per pistol.
Pretty sweet.
So it's a pistol.
Alright, let's go finish that Z. Alright, so luckily I don't think it's gonna touch and have the tire rip the bumper off, because we got room. But and I do want it to move a little bit in case I hit shit. But what I'm thinking is I'm gonna drill a couple holes right there on the bottom and just zip tie it to that bash bar. Just kind of make it a little bit more sturdy, just in case something does happen, it doesn't fall off completely, because I'm just gonna be zip tying it. So I like that quick easy access shit. So yeah, let's get into it. Since I've torn everything off the front end and the rear end, I am going to drill a little hole through these right here. It's just this front end freaking radiator support shit. I'm just gonna drill 2 holes right there so I can run zip ties on this side too. Yeah, put 2 holes here on the outside. I'm gonna drop the bumper and drill right here, and I can just loop them. I think that'll be good. Hell yeah. Alright, let's drill these. There we go. Got the top mounted. Not bad. Pretty good. Hell yeah. Now I just gonna mount those each side to the bash bar. Call that good, man. It's kind of hard to. Yeah, I can't get the camera back, but anyways, got the bottom ones on. When I put this bottom one on this side, it actually sucked it up to the headlight because it was drooping about that far. But as you can see, she is freaking solid now, boys. Hell yeah. That's it. Ready to go freaking shred. There she is, boys. Ready for the event. Yeah, that looks a lot better. A lot better mounting than it was a couple seconds ago. It's actually all sucked up and looking good now. And it's sturdy. Hell yeah. Before it was just flapping all over. There you go, buddy. It's nice out here. Yeah. Alright, guys. I hope you enjoyed this one. It's good to finally get working on the Z again. Got some more shit we're going to fix on that thing, some more stuff we're going to do, so some more build episodes on it coming soon. Also, as soon as the Z is set up, I'm going to be focusing on the S13s and getting those going. I want to get that comp car out ASAP, bro. Yeah, still a lot to do. Long way to go. But see you guys this weekend at the drift event, man. It's going to be a freaking banger. Finally got angle. Finally going to run some good tandems and not freaking spin. Boys, cannot wait. Hope you guys enjoyed this one. Like, comment, subscribe, all that. Till next time, guys. Use it too.
hanging out in the banana tree.
He likes the banana tree.
Man, you get a cut. Looking fresh, dog.
You guys are on KCYBC?
Yeah.